staggering to think how our movement has grown and changed in these last 30 years. We have expanded from 600 to over 900 congregations, added 4 new camps, including Camp George right here in Canada. I knew that would. And grown the biennial from 1,500 attendees in 1979 to 3,500 today. We are excited to come together in Toronto for this all-important gathering. The biennial is an essential part of our identity as Reformed Jews. It energizes us, it connects us, and it inspires us. It seems that we are always facing challenges in our lives. In fact, many might say that this is an inherent part of what it means to be a Reformed Jew. But today, it's clear to all of us that the challenges we face are unprecedented. The future development and flourishing of our Reform movement remains at the forefront of our minds, challenging us to think creatively and dynamically during these difficult economic times. And as always, the safety and security of Israel remains a central priority for all of us. It is appropriate that we have gathered here in Toronto to tackle these challenges. As those of us who are visitors to Canada have noticed, there are differences between this country and its neighbor to the south. One of those is that Canadians spell words differently than Americans. Words like color and flavor. The difference, of course, is you. And indeed, took a while to get that. And indeed, as I look out into this room, I know that what makes our movement unique, what makes our movement extraordinary, and what will make this biennial unforgettable is you. The work each of you does throughout the year to engage in Tikkun Olam defines the Reform movement. The inspired worship you create every Shabbat is what allows us to grow, and the illuminating education you impart to the next generation will ensure the future strength of our movement. And so, welcome to Toronto. It is my honor. Yes, welcome to Toronto. It is my honor and delight to declare the 70th Biennial General Assembly of the Union for Reformed Judaism officially open. Our gathering here has been made possible by the labors of so many. We are especially grateful to our Toronto congregations and our local arrangement chairs. They have done so much to ensure that our week here is filled with colorful memories that will fill us throughout the next 2 years. Please join me in thanking and welcoming the local arrangements chairpeople for this URJ 70th Biennial Assembly. Gavin Herman, Solil Congregation in Mississauga, Gary Posen of Holy Blossom Temple in Toronto, Carol Strong of Temple Sinai in Toronto, and speaking for the group, Sheila Smolkin of Holy Blossom Temple in Toronto. Thank you all.
So, welcome to Toronto. On behalf of the co-chairs of the Local Arrangements Committee, Gavin, Gary, and Carol, we wish you 5 fabulous days of learning, studying, praying, eating, and visiting with friends old and new. Our volunteers come from 12 host congregations in Southern Ontario, ranging from London, Ontario, 2 hours to the west, to Barrie, an hour to the north, and Ajax, an hour to the east. All that dependent on the traffic. Included is Anshe Sholem in Hamilton, the first congregation in Canada to join the Reform movement. We know that Toronto has much to offer. That's why we love living here. So we hope you go home knowing that too. Our Jewish community here is large, dynamic, and diverse. We want you to know that about us as well. So ask us questions. We will try our best to answer them for you. We also know that you may find our money funny. However, it does work very well up here in Canada, so while you're here, spend it. And when you're preparing to go back home, consider leaving those loonies and toonies in bottles marked "Change Begets Change," found in various locations throughout the convention center and on Sunday morning in the 3 main hotels. All the money raised will be given to the Israeli Movement for Progressive Judaism, a cause we all support and one that can certainly use our help. So, while our weather may not be balmy, and I know some of you probably came here to see snow, we may give you that too, and our Toronto Maple Leafs have yet to find a winning strategy, we want to assure you that our volunteers sporting this maple leaf are from a winning team. The warmth they will show you will more than make up for the weather outside. We were all committed to make your visit here a truly memorable experience.